are still in the series about calibration. In this short video, it's about options for recalibrations. And we really need to look into the application. And there is two fundamentally different applications. One is a, call it single-use, one-year type data logger, which is used on a logistics application with moving goods. The other application is really in a more fixed installation, where you typically use with a multi-use long-term solution, and you have a named sensor in a software. We are talking about this second option in this video. In your monitoring system, you have sensors, and your regulatory guidelines in your country most probably require a regular calibration. So how do you do this regular calibration? There is three fundamentally different options. The first one is an on-site calibration. The second one is a replacement sensor, and the third one is a self-calibration. Let's look at three options in more detail. First, on-site calibration. The on-site calibration is really a service technician which comes on-site with a car, with a block calibrator, with a reference instrument, and then performs custom-defined calibrations. The advantage of this solution is that you have customer-specific certificates that are possible. You can choose any calibration point, and you can even have your own tolerances if you want. The disadvantage is that this is relatively inflexible, since you need to agree on a date when the service technician comes. It's relatively expensive because you need a lot of human resource and also equipment. And it's not very practical for remote locations or even for remote countries. The second option is to work with a replacement sensor. How does that work? First of all, you order a fresh sensor with a valid production calibration certificate, and then you run through a wizard replacing the old sensor with the new sensor. The advantage of this solution, this works for temperature as well as for humidity. You keep all the settings in the system, so you just exchange the sensor, and this works everywhere in the world. It's significantly less expensive than ordering a service technician on site, at least for small and medium installations. The disadvantage that this is not a very eco-friendly solution, since you have to replace the entire sensor, which contains of electronics and plastic. The third option is a self-calibration. Self-calibration, how does that work? First of all, you order a reference device, which comes together with a calibration box. And also here, you run through a wizard. The software tells you to put the two sensors together, so the device under test plus the reference inside the box, starting the calibration process. The system then automatically generates the calibration certificate and archives it. The advantage of this solution, it's very cost efficient, it's eco-friendly, sustainable, since you don't need to throw away the sensor, and it can be performed anywhere in the world. The disadvantage is that there is some manual work involved, of course. So that's all the three options. Thanks for watching.